The Interstellar Academy's Xenobiology lecture hall stretched 300 meters in diameter, its curved walls displaying real-time data streams from 14 different star systems. James Martinez sat in the middle section, his neural interface flickering with supplementary notes as Professor Krell, a Vaxian with 4 compound eyes, droned on about evolutionary convergence in oxygen-rich atmospheres. He wasn't the only one distracted. Every predator species in the room had their attention fixed elsewhere. The Kresh delegation, bipedal reptilians from a death world with 1.8 g gravity, sat rigid in their reinforced seats. Their heat-sensing pits kept swiveling toward the back row. The Yolton Exchange students, apex predators from a planet of eternal twilight, had their pupils dilated to maximum aperture, tracking something behind James. Even Professor Krell's mandibles twitched occasionally, breaking his usual professional demeanor. James glanced back, following their collective gaze. Aliana Chen sat alone in the last row, her posture relaxed, eyes fixed on her datapad. She was human, nothing remarkable by Earth standards. Average height, dark hair pulled back in a practical bun, wearing the standard academy jumpsuit. She took notes quietly, occasionally sipping from a recycled water container. She'd been like this for 3 weeks since the semester started, silent, unobtrusive, forgettable. Except no predator in the room could forget her. "Yo, Martinez," whispered Kreshvar, the Kresh squad leader sitting 2 seats over. His translator implant rendered his hissing speech into flat galactic standard. "You're human female, back row. What is her kill count?" James blinked. "Her what? How many has she killed? She must be a decorated warrior to carry herself with such restraint." Kreshvar's claws flexed unconsciously. "Among my people, only the most dangerous hunters move so efficiently. No wasted energy, perfect economy of motion." "Dude, she's just a student. Xenobiology major, I think." Kreshvar's translator made a sound that might have been laughter or a threat display. James could never tell the difference. "Your prey species. You wouldn't understand." The lecture ended. As students filed out, James noticed the pattern he'd been unconsciously tracking for weeks. Every predator species gave Aliana a wide berth. The Kresh moved first, positioning themselves with tactical spacing. The Yoltons followed, their movements liquid and careful. Even Professor Krell took an alternate exit. Aliana walked out last alone, her footsteps barely audible on the polished floor. James's curiosity got the better of him. He caught up with her in the transit corridor, where transparent aluminum walls revealed the Academy's orbital position above the gas giant threshold VI. "Hey, Aliana, right?" She turned and James felt something primal shiver down his spine. Her eyes, perfectly normal brown eyes, somehow registered as wrong. Too calm, too measuring, like a calculation was running behind them. "James Martinez," she said. Not a question, she knew his name. "Astrophysics track, minor in comparative culture studies. You're 3 credits ahead of schedule." "Yous know about me." "I know about everyone in that lecture hall." She resumed walking. "The Kresh are military scholarship recipients, second sons who need combat honors to inherit property rights. The Yolton students are refugees. Their homeworld sun is entering its red giant phase. Professor Krell lost his mate to a human-designed AI malfunction 30 years ago. He hides it well, but his pheromone output spikes whenever humans ask questions." James fell into step beside her, mind racing. "That's incredibly detailed surveillance. That's basic situational awareness." They reached the intersection where corridors branched toward different dormitory sections. Aliana stopped. "You're wondering why they all watch me." The thought crossed my mind. She was quiet for a moment, staring out at the swirling purple clouds of threshold VI. "Humans are unusual, James. We're not apex predators, but we're not prey either. We're pursuit predators. We evolved to track things until they died of exhaustion. Do you know what that means?" "Endurance hunting. Yeah, learned about it in anthropology." It means we're the only species in this academy that hunts by being relentless. Every other predator here, Kresh, Yolton, even the Vaxians, they're ambush hunters or pack tacticians. They sprint, strike, retreat. They think in terms of immediate threat assessment. She turned to face him fully. But humans, we think in terms of inevitability. We don't need to be the fastest or the strongest. We just need to be inevitable. And that, she gestured back toward the lecture hall, that terrifies them on an instinctual level they can't articulate. But you just sit there, you barely move. Exactly. Her smile was slight, controlled. I'm still, completely still, and every predator instinct in that room is screaming that nothing goes that still unless it's already won, unless it's already positioned, unless it's already calculated every variable and determined the outcome. James felt his pulse quicken. You're psyching them out just by sitting quietly. I'm existing authentically, Aliana corrected. I do situational assessment constantly. It's neurological, probably mild hypervigilance from growing up on Luna Colony during the water riots. I notice things. I calculate unconsciously. I sit in the back because it provides optimal sight lines and exit access. She started walking again. The predators read that as threat display. They see a human, already unsettling, who positions herself strategically, who tracks everyone without obvious effort, who never shows fear or submission signals. Their hindbrains classify me as an apex threat, even though intellectually they know I'm just a grad student writing a thesis on silicon-based microbial evolution. They reached Aliana's dormitory section. She paused at the entrance. So to answer the question you're really asking, no, I'm not dangerous. I'm not a soldier or an assassin. I'm just a human with good spatial awareness and a preference for back row seating. Her expression softened slightly. But I'm also not going to correct their assumptions. In an academy with 47 species, where humans are 0.02% of the population, being casually terrifying has certain advantages. Like what? Like no one bothers me during finals week. She tapped her security code. Good talk, James. See you Wednesday. The door closed. James stood there for a long moment processing. His communicator buzzed, a message from Kreshvar. Tell your warrior to accept my challenge. Honorable combat, traditional rules. James laughed despite himself and headed back to his own quarters. He wouldn't deliver that message. Aliana already knew about it. He'd bet his scholarship on that. She'd already calculated the optimal response. She'd probably just sit in the back row again, silent and still. And every predator would keep tracking her first.